Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to do a review on Sniper Elite V2 Remastered. You guys may have watched my walkthrough of the game, and a lot of people liked it, and were asking me whether the game was worth buying. Now that I'm done with college, I have much more free time, I can do more videos like this. Today's review is Sniper Elite V2 Remastered. If you look at the title, is this game worth $40? I will be comparing it to $40 in United States dollars because it's the easiest for me because it's in my country's currency, but chances are, if you live in another country, it's pretty similar in price for you. So this game is $40 and it's a remaster of Sniper Elite V2, which came out back in 2012. To answer the question in short, for new fans and players who like World War II and sniper games, they will love this game and it will be worth $40 for them. However, if you already played Sniper Elite V2 in the past, I would wait until it's on sale. So to this review, I will be breaking it up into three parts: story and gameplay, new features, and cooperative and multiplayer. So let's get started.
Hitler's war machine, once unstoppable, was now in the retreat. The Allies in the west and Russia in the east were squeezing the tattered remnants of the Reich in a vice-like grip. Germany's last hope lay in their wonder weapons. The V2 rocket, a huge leap forward in the history of military technology. It was a weapon system to herald a new form of warfare. Inhuman. Faster than the speed of sound, it struck without warning. The Nazis launched over 3,000 rockets in a desperate attempt to reverse history. It was a terror weapon, pummeling Antwerp, Paris, and London. After the D-Day landings, their launch sites were overrun and pushed back out of range of England. But already, the Allies were looking to the future, to the next war. The Americans were gathering up the best of Germany's rocket scientists in the top-secret Operation Overcast. Many of the architects of the V2 program had already been acquired, but not all. With Berlin encircled, Germany's last-ditch defense falling back block by block, and total defeat only days away, those scientists remaining in the city would soon be in Russian hands. My job was to make sure that didn't happen.
Starting off with the story, Sniper Elite V2, while it isn't the greatest story I have played in a World War II game, it is the most unique. I have never seen a story like this in a World War II game. The story takes place during the Battle of Berlin, 1945. This game, unlike other World War II games, takes place a few days before the war ends in Europe. Germany is about to collapse, the Soviets are surrounding the capital of Berlin. You play as American OSS agent Karl Fairborn, as he is dropped behind enemy lines. His mission is to stop the Soviets from acquiring the top-secret German V2 weapons. To do this, he has to assassinate the 5 German scientists still in Berlin to prevent the Soviets from capturing them. While the story is fictional, it is inspired by real events, which is basically the start of the Cold War. Both the US government and the Soviet government were racing to acquire as many V2 weapons and scientists as possible when the war was ending. In this game, you fight the Germans in many missions, but the main antagonists are the Soviets, and in the last few missions, you only fight them. There are many missions where you can encounter both the Soviets and the Germans fighting each other, and you can take advantage of this to take out both as much as you can. Karl's mission starts out smooth, but then takes a turn for the worst, and Karl not only has to eliminate these scientists, but he has to stop a new dangerous weapon. While the game is set during the final stages of World War II in Europe, it is more Cold War themed. Gameplay in Sniper Elite V2 focuses heavily on the X-ray kill camera. When you snipe in this game and you get a kill shot, it goes into a camera view most of the time, where you see the bullet hit the target. When the bullet hits the target, you will see an X-ray kill showing how much bodily damage it did. There are 3 difficulties: Cadet, where the enemies aren't as tough, and where you aim is directly where the bullet goes. Marksman difficulty, where you have a red symbol where you need to aim. This is to compensate for bullet drop. And Sniper Elite difficulty, the hardest one. This is what I play on. This is where you have to compensate for bullet drop, but also windage. The bar on the top of the screen will tell you what direction the wind is flying in, and you would have to aim to compensate that direction depending on the distance of the target. You can see when I aim at farther targets, I'm not aiming directly at them to hit them. The camera view can be awesome, and you can get some really crazy kills. Just take a look at this. It's one of my favorite kills. There's also unique sections in the campaign where there may be a loud noise, such as bombs dropping, artillery going off, thunder, or church bells. If you shoot during these events, the enemies will not hear it, so if you time your shots carefully, you can get plenty of stealth kills. Now get these two guys here. There is also stealth in close quarters, where you can use the well rod, a suppressed pistol, but the stealth, it's not the greatest. I know it was vastly improved in Sniper Elite 3 and 4, but I wish they improved it in this one when they remastered it. Enemies can detect you at ridiculous lengths. Just take a look at this. I don't know how they spotted me.
Feind da drüben! Er ist hier irgendwo. Haltet die Augen auf. Schaut euch um. Er ist hier irgendwo.
Also, here's a friendly tip I wanted to give people. If you decide to buy or rent this game, make sure you go into the options and you turn on all subtitles, not just cutscene subtitles. Cutscene subtitles should already be on, but make sure you have all subtitles on, because there's a lot of parts in this game where you sneak up on a bunch of Germans or you sneak up on a bunch of Soviets and they're talking to each other. They're speaking both German and Russian, and you're not going to understand what they're saying if you don't speak either of these two languages. And it's pretty interesting listening to what they're saying, and sometimes it's pretty relevant to the story, so make sure you turn it on. I noticed the developer of this game, even when they did the walkthrough of their own game, they didn't even have the subtitles turned on. So make sure you turn that on so you can understand what they're saying.
Где принимают брошенное оружие?
Комиссар хочет, чтобы ее на грузовике отправили в Принцлау.
Что внутри?
Только снайперская винтовка. Странно.
Also, there is SMGs that you can use to help you in close quarters, but they feel very underpowered in comparison to sniper rifles at longer range. I wish the SMGs would do more damage. I understand they're not meant for long range, but at medium to close range, they don't do that much damage. The enemies, they can be pretty tough, especially on Sniper Elite difficulty. In terms of sniper rifles, the game includes the Springfield 1903, the Mosin Nagant, the Gewehr 43, the Karabiner 98K, the Lee Enfield Mark III, the M1 Carbine, the SVT 40, the M1 Garand, and the Type 99. Each rifle has a different scope, different magazines, semi or bolt action, and they handle differently. Some have more recoil than others have a higher muzzle velocity, which means you don't have to aim as high above the target as other rifles. There's many great sequences in the campaign with these sniper rifles. Just take a look at this part. It's actually one of my favorite parts sniping.
Солдат убит.
Боец убит.
Мы нашли тело.
У нас потери.
Кто это сделал?
Боец убит.
Мы здесь
Мы
не
нашли
одни.
тело.
Что случилось?
Не одни. Причесать вниз. Продолжайте искать.
I also wanted to mention lastly for gameplay that there are collectibles that you can find here in this game. There's two types. There's the stolen gold bars and there's 100 gold bars in total. And these gold bars, there's 10 of them in each level except the prologue where there's none. And then there's also the wine bottles, which there are 37 of them. And the wine bottles, you have to snipe them. And it can be kind of fun finding the wine bottles and sniping them. But the gold bars, they can get kind of annoying looking for them. I mean, there are videos on YouTube that you can look up and you can find them all. You do get a trophy for collecting all of them, but you don't really get anything else for getting them. And that can be kind of frustrating. I don't like it when I play a game and there's a ton of collectibles, but you don't get a reward for getting them. I don't mind if there's collectibles, just as long as there's some kind of reward for getting them. And in this game, there's no reward for getting the collectibles. The only thing you get is the trophies, nothing else, or the achievements, I should say. But I wish there was some kind of reward. In Grand Theft Auto, there are collectibles in that game also, but when you collected all the hidden pages, all the letters that were torn up, you got a special mission. I wish something like that was in this game, where you find all the gold bars, or you get all the wine bottles, you get maybe like a secret gun, or maybe you get like a secret mission, something like that. But unfortunately, you find all these collectibles and you don't get anything for it. As for new features, there are not really many new ones if you already played through Sniper Elite V2. The visuals are better, no doubt, and there is a 60 FPS mode, but there isn't really anything new except the photo mode and 7 brand new characters, but they're from Zombie Army. Starting off with the photo mode, you can stop gameplay and cutscenes to create custom photos, and there are a lot of options. I did use this mode to help create the thumbnail for this video. The 7 new characters that we have are from the Zombie Army trilogy, and it is nice that we can play as them in the single player, but they don't appear in cutscenes, only Carl does. This game includes all free DLC with it, including St. Pierre, Neudorf Outpost, Assassinate the Führer, and the Landwehr Canal. This game also includes all the rifles in the base game, but they could have added 1 or 2 new guns to sweeten the deal, because all the guns that we have in this game, even though we have plenty of rifles, they're all from past Sniper Elite V2 DLCs. I wish they would have added 1 or 2 brand new World War II rifles, that would have really sweetened the deal to buy this remaster. Lastly, we have co-op and multiplayer. First, starting out with the co-op, we have several modes, including full campaign co-op, so you can play through the whole story with your friend. Overwatch mode, this is a mode where one player plays as a spotter, they have an SMG, and they're on the ground with some objectives. They can mark targets for the sniper, the other player, the sniper covers the spotter as he completes his objectives, and some of these can be really fun, especially if you're working together. However though, it can be very frustrating if you have someone that isn't working with you. During these modes, the bullet camera does not slow down except for a few special kills. Other than that, it's fast and in real time. The other co-op mode is Bombing Run, and that one is the most challenging mode. In that mode, you have to collect 10 parts to repair a car and escape. It's very challenging as there's enemies from all angles. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to record gameplay of that mode because I couldn't find one person to play it with. It's very hard to find anybody to play co-op with you. That's why I strongly recommend if you find someone good, add them. I don't think it's the servers, I think it's because the game is not that popular and not that many people play the game. The last mode is Kill Tally, and this is the best mode, which is basically survival. This mode is really fun, as more and more enemies spawn each wave, and you have snipers, rocket troops, and even tanks to fight at the higher rounds. The last round is wave 10, but it is very hard to survive all the way up here. I did manage to get up to wave 10 and beat it, and I'm currently number 5 in the world in survival. It was really fun and challenging, and Kill Tally or survival, you can always do solo or co-op if you want. While the modes are fun, the one disappointing thing about them is there are no rewards for completing them. If you complete all Overwatch maps, you get nothing. You only get really a trophy and you get a spot in the leaderboard, but I would hope you unlock something to show that you beat all the modes, maybe a new character or a new rifle, but there isn't any rewards for completion, unfortunately. We also have PvP multiplayer up to 16 players, but I wasn't able to find a full server. I could only find 2 servers in total. The multiplayer does not really have any special modes. Deathmatch, it's team deathmatch, capture the flag. Then there is Distance King, where the player or a team, depending on if it's free-for-all team-based, that has the highest distance on kills gets the most points. And also there's a dog tag mode where you capture dog tags after you kill an enemy. I like the multiplayer, but I'll be honest, it's not for everyone. Multiplayer requires absolute patience. It's very slow paced. Sometimes matches can go for 5 to 10 minutes without even one kill because everyone is in such a good position. Use a lot of cover and try to find good hiding spots and you will succeed. I noticed there was a lot of new players that would just run out in the open. This is not the kind of game where you can just rush. You will get killed by other players pretty fast. So you really need to take your time. Patience is key. Wait until your enemy sticks out, then drop them. And here at the end, we have our pros and our cons for this game. So the pros are a very unique story. It's a Cold War themed World War II story. in the last few days of World War II in Europe, where you have to stop the Soviets from acquiring the top secret German V2 weapons. Very interesting gameplay how you're fighting both the Germans and the Soviets at the same time. You have X-ray kill cams. These were improved in Sniper Elite 3 and 4. I wish they would have improved them a little more in this one. It's pretty much the same one that we've had in V2, but still, they're great. They're awesome. You just watch the bullet hit the target, do a ton of damage. It's great. You have fun co-op modes. I love Overwatch. Overwatch is fun. Bombing Run is very challenging. Kill Tally is my favorite. Unfortunately, no, not that many people played. That's not really the fault of the game, but I wish more people played these modes. All DLC is free. All DLC that was included with the regular game, all 4 DLCs are there. Also, all DLC guns. We have the new photo mode. You can create custom photos, frame by frame. We have new characters, but remember, they are from the zombie army. And the cons are, there's no new guns. I was kind of really disappointed by this. I was really, really hoping that, for a remaster, that they would include at least 1 or 2 brand new World War II rifles. I mean, there's so many other World War II rifles they could have added to this game. Unfortunately, they didn't add anything. They really should have added at least 1 or 2 new guns to sweeten the deal. And the cons are, the stealth is not great. It's pretty much the same stealth that we've had in Sniper Elite V2. I would only hope that, when they remastered the game, they made it better. The times when you can shoot during the bombs dropping are the best. The times when you have to go close quarter with the well rod, sometimes that can be very frustrating because enemies can spot you at ridiculous distances. Like if you barely stick out, they can see you. And we also have the collectibles. The collectibles, there's so many in the game, and the bottles, they're kind of fun to shoot, but the gold bars, there's over 100 of them, and you don't get any rewards for collectibles. I don't mind collectibles in the game. I don't mind going for them, but as long as there's a reward for them. But there's no rewards for the collectibles, which, there really should be. If you find all 100 gold bars, you should get something. Some kind of new gun or a character. And the same thing for co-op. You complete all the modes, you complete everything, even if you complete it on the hardest difficulty, you do get a trophy for it, don't get me wrong. But you don't get anything extra. You get a spot on the leaderboard, sure. I wish you would get something that other players would be able to see. This player completed that. If they had a unique gun, a unique rifle, or a unique character for completing it, that would encourage more people to play co-op modes, and you could easily find a match. But if there isn't really any rewards, even though they are fun, not that many people are going to play it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. My final verdict for this game, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I love this game. I think it's great. If you've never played this game before, I would suggest trying it, especially if you like World War II games and you're a fan of sniper games. But if you've already played Sniper Elite V2, I would hold off because it's almost identical to the regular Sniper Elite. The graphics are a little better, and you do have all the DLC with it, but it's pretty much exactly the same game. It's a 2012 game. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this walkthrough. Let me know if there's any other games you ever want me to do a walkthrough of or a review of. So thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed the review, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.